Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I'm back with another question which is asked during the interviews. Now, where do you see yourself in 5 years? You might hear this question somewhere if you're applying for a job in a company, or if you're applying for an academic position. Basically, the employer wants to know those two things. First thing is they want to know and they want to make sure that you want to be there in the long term. They don't want a person who is there for a short term. For example, if you're applying for a lab engineer position or as a trainee engineer position, and if you give them an impression that you are there for a short term and then you are going to leave for a master's or PhD program abroad, then this might be a red flag for you and they will not hire you. So don't give them an expression or the impression that that you are there for a short term. The next thing which is in the employer mind, they don't want a person who just gets this job and focuses on a higher position shortly. They might not be having a higher position for you in the short term. So focus more on what value you can add for that particular role, for that particular position as a lab engineer or as a trainee engineer or as a junior engineer. Just focus on those job responsibilities and your role during that time. So if you give them the impression that you are leaving in the short term, that won't help you. And even if you tell them and if you give them the impression that you are there for a short term and then you are going to apply for a very higher position, they might not have that position. So therefore try to avoid these two things in your interview when they ask you where do you see yourself in 5 years. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum and Allah Hafiz.